Dave, FA Cup campaign gets underway this weekend, a different kind of challenge, of course, to the league campaign. Does it make a nice breakaway from that a little bit?
It's another game. It's a game that we want to win. It's a game we see as an opportunity to win another game. So that's how we'll approach it. There can be arguments either way, can't there? There can be arguments that it's a distraction in terms of us being on a good run in the league, or looking at it the other way, in a nice distraction and a not very good distraction. The fact you want to play league games as quickly as possible when you're in the run that we are, but like I say, we'll approach it as we do any other game and look to progress, because we know what the FA Cup brings. Anyone who's in the competition at this level and this, I suppose, stage, if you like, realistically isn't going to win the FA Cup, but the prize money and the opportunities that it brings for smaller clubs is massive, and we're never going to look beyond that.
And when you look at your 2 years here already, you've really been able to use the cup runs in the past, I suppose, as momentum builders. When you look at the previous runs, the FA Trophy semi-final, the Cheshire Senior Cup, the FA Cup as well, good opportunities to kind of keep this run going.
Yeah, momentum keepers for us at the moment. That's the key part of it, regardless of what game we're playing or what competition it's in. We're in a run of winning football matches, and our desire to want to keep that going doesn't change, regardless of like I say, of what the game is, what competition it's in, and how we go about it. So yeah, we've had some, like I say, some special FA Cup games over the past 2 years, and everybody would be daft if they didn't say they wanted more of that. So we see, like I say, tomorrow as an opportunity, one that we'll do everything we can to take.
You have players at the minute that probably need the minutes topping up. We also have players that maybe could do with a rest after the last couple of months. What kind of team can we expect to see this weekend? A
team that can win the game. Listen, we're in a position now where take probably 3 long-term injuries out of it. We're pretty strong in terms of the strength of our squad. So that gives us, like I say, real opportunities. And I've said it before, I'll keep saying it, every one of them, and they will tell me that they should be playing in our team week in, week out on a Saturday in League Two. So some will have the opportunity to get the minutes that they need, but it will be a really strong, really experienced team, and will really show the depth of what we have at our disposal. You mentioned the injuries and players returning. Could we see anyone that hasn't featured in recent weeks be back this weekend? Yeah, hopefully. The FA Cup in itself brings a 9 subs on the bench scenario, and you'll see real depth in the 9 subs that we name. So that will probably highlight the strength of our squad. But yeah, I would hope there will be players back that haven't been involved over the past few weeks, and to be able to, like I say, importantly, get minutes into them and make the squad as strong as possible going into. We've got to look a little bit further. This part of the season is fragmented slightly with the AFL Trophy games, with the FA Cup campaign starting and moving forward. But ultimately then leaves you into the Christmas and New Year period, which is stacked with games. Our ideal, regardless of what happens over the next 4 or 5 weeks, is to make sure we have everybody fit for what will be 5 games in, I think, 14 days over the Christmas period, which is a big ask, but hopefully that's where our depth really can count. Worksop will obviously be an unknown quantity to many county fans. You went to watch them play on Tuesday night against Guiseley. What can you tell us about them and the threats they pose? Real experience in the team. I think from a Stockport supporter perspective, like I say, from the outside looking in at the moment, playing against Worksop Town, they would probably not be able to name many players, but when they see their team sheet, they will recognise lots of names on their team sheet, because they have real experience, not just at the level they're at, miles above the level that they're at. So lads who have played in the Football League, lads who have played at the highest level of non-league football, and are a team that are having a real go and are above the level in terms of ability of the players they have within their squad. So we know it'll be, again, tough in the fact that you're dealing with experience. We again absolutely respect what they're doing, and nothing's different from us. So we've watched their last 4 or 5 games. Like I say, I've had the opportunity to go and watch them in the flesh as such, although the night it was on Tuesday you couldn't see a great deal because the fog was real thick. But no, you just get a feel for what it looks like. I would love to be in a situation where we could do that with every team, because I think you see more when you do see them live and are able to see off the ball stuff. So that won't change for us. We will go out and aim to put in a performance that shows where we're currently at, and we've got to make sure that we control everything we can to make sure there's not a banana skin in front of us, and we don't allow the ability that they have in their squad to shine or outshine what we've got.
Yeah, it's obviously a huge game for them coming to Edgeley Park with the amount of away fans that they bring in. There's been a few occasions over the recent years where you've been the underdog, if you like, in cup games. You think back to the Bolton game, the Leicester game, to a lesser extent the Charlton one. How do you go about making sure and avoiding that you're not on the wrong side of an upset this weekend? You
go out with the mentality that we've had over the last 2 years since I've been here, in terms of how we go about games. You'll lose football matches. That's a given. There are shocks. This competition is notorious for shocks. So we have to guard against that. The only way you guard against that is by going at the game 100%, and we'll absolutely do that. So we know what to expect. We want to be front foot. We want to put them under pressure. We want to ask questions of them, but ultimately know that we're going to have to deal with what they chuck at us. So we'll expect everything. They've been a certain system over the past, since the start of the season really, but we've planned for that, and we've planned for different, and we've planned for different personnel, and we've planned for different types of style in what we may face. It then becomes a game of 11 v 11, and they will undoubtedly want to, I suppose, enjoy their experience, and in some degree see it as a little bit of a free hit. I'll still maintain my thought and my stance on that from last week when Tranmere thought the same. We've got to make sure that doesn't become a free hit by making them, if they're going to be successful, making them go to a place where they're not asked to go to in terms of what their league looks like. We do that through our work rate, our, I suppose, tenacity to want to go and put them under real pressure, and ultimately our ability, and hopefully that will shine through.
Appreciate your time, Dave. Thank you.
Welcome. Cheers. Thank you.